Hey guys, HDV here and welcome to a brand new video. Today we've got quite a few things to go over. The new TCG Pocket expansion is now live. We also have some new Nintendo Switch 2 rumors to take a look at. And we also have a new Pokemon Day 2025 rumor that has also popped up. Plenty of things to break down today. So if you're excited for the video, drop a like down below. Let's try and hit 500 likes. It really helps out. Leave a comment, subscribe if you're brand new, and let's get into the video. So, starting things off, as I just said, the new Pokemon Pocket TCG expansion is now live. Space Time Smackdown. We've got Cerebi here tweeting out saying, Cerebi update, Pokemon TCG Pocket has now released the Space Time Smackdown expansion. Currently compiling all the additions of the update in our TCG Pocket section and cards in our set section. So, of course, you can see what all the cards are, yada, yada, yada. We'll be streaming this and making loads of content on this on the Pocket channel. Again, shameless plug in the description down below if you want to check it out. But if you are a big fan of Pokemon TCG Pocket, it's a good day because you got a lot of new cards to take a look at. Some of these card artworks are really, really nice. It's a shame that they're not available physically because they're some of like the best cards I've ever seen. Like the artists have absolutely smashed it out of the park. But either way, Space Time Smackdown now live in Pokemon TCG Pocket, and of course trading went live yesterday. Moving on, we also have this to go over as well quickly from Centro League saying, not surprisingly at all, the current Pokemon TCG Pocket event data ends on February the 27th. So that's when the next update should be. Lo and behold, that is Pokemon Day. So it kind of just confirms that we're going to be getting something regarding Pokemon TCG Pocket in February. I don't think they're going to drop a new set because we've only just had this like a month before this day. But they might announce something. Obviously, we get the mini set before the next big expansion. Like we got Mythical Island before Space Time Smackdown. So they might potentially announce it for like the next month for it to be dropping in March. But we'll definitely get some sort of event that drops anyway. We'll probably get some like free pack hourglasses or some free booster packs. Hopefully anyway. I don't know if that's just wishful thinking, but TCG Pocket is such a big Pokemon game now that it's definitely going to get some time during the Pokemon Presents. Which is good because it's going to make the Pokemon Presents longer, you'd think. But at the same time, it's not going to be about the main games. But either way, should be getting something about Pokemon Pocket on Pokemon Day, seeing as the events end on the 27th of February. Next up, we have this to go over from Pokestutami, who has spotted something very, very cool in regards to Pokemon Legends EA, so massive shout out to her. But we have her tweeting here saying, I just realized another important connection. So Akaku is also the Japanese word used for a block of land. So for example, in the attached picture of Paris, one city block is outlined. This could be interesting since ZA is said to happen during a time of urban redevelopment. Perhaps we will be traveling and exploring the city in blocks. So a lot of people have kind of come to the conclusion that we might start in, I guess, this area, and then we have to complete that, and then we kind of unlock this area, and then we unlock this area, and then this area, and then this area. And judging by the name, that's probably going to be the case because the actual name translates to block of land. So that's why they obviously went with that name. I mean, when you take a look at this image, there's a lot of stuff going on. I'm not going to be surprised if the city is absolutely massive because all of these are like different buildings and stuff. It's going to be huge. Obviously, we'll have to see how that plays, though, because how wild Pokemon going to get introduced and stuff like that. But it does look like, because of the translation, that we are going to be exploring the city in blocks. So it's probably not going to be like just explore everything as soon as you join the game, because there's probably going to be like harder trainers and stronger Pokemon throughout the other like parts of the city. So obviously, you're going to have to unlock those. We have this point as well from Jeremy saying, at this point, I'm expecting exactly what you described. I'm expecting that we have to do various quests to help redevelop one section at a time. I expect rounding up nuisance Pokemon or quelling groups, fetch quests, and loaning out specific Pokemon like Pokemon Legends Arceus with the field. And then Pokestutama saying, I fully agree. So, again, just adds more fuel to the fire that we are going to be exploring this city in blocks, and it's not just going to be able to explore everything at once. Moving on, we also have this post here from Light, which again could be another post from the data mines regarding returning Pokemon. But we've got Light here tweeting out saying, PLZA leaks. This dex order from every region has been found in the code of Pokemon Home for Pokemon Legends ZA. There is an unknown region followed by Meltan and Melmetal. Well, this could be a placeholder, but what if this unknown region is where Pokemon Legends EA will take place, and finally we will know from which region is Meltan. Also, here there is something I'll explain in another post, but I don't think it means that. we know that the region that Pokemon Legends ZA is set is Kalos. Like that's where it's set. We know that the region is going to be called Kalos. It's not going to be a Hisui Sinnoh situation because they've already said it takes place in Kalos in Lumiose City. So it doesn't mean that. I think it just means unknown region because that's where Meltan and Melmetal are placed. I think what it does probably mean, though, is because this is in the data mine, it probably means that Meltan and Melmetal are going to be in the game. Again, could just be a placeholder, just as we get placeholders for loads of different things, but I think it's more likely to be that they're in the game than we're going to be set in the region where they come from. Again, could be wrong. I don't think that's going to be the case, though. But yeah, Meltan and Melmetal potentially in Pokemon Legends EA according to the latest Pokemon Home data mines. I think that's it for Pokemon Home data mines regarding Legends EA now. Until we get some more, that's it. So we've got a handful of returning Pokemon that we think we've found. I've covered them in recent videos. But there's another like 15 or 20 that we've covered, which is nice to see. But hopefully we get a ton more revealed on Pokemon Day during Pokemon Presents, which we should anyway in the new trailer. So anyway, that's that. Moving on, we also have a new update regarding the Nintendo Switch 2, or a rumor, should I say. So it's posted by Go Nintendo tweet saying, rumor, Nintendo may be showcasing the Switch 2 at an upcoming event in France. So if you are in France or Paris or whatever around this time, you might be able to go check out the Switch 2 without having to get one of the event tickets. So it says, rumor, Nintendo may be showcasing Switch 2 at an upcoming event in France. We are very interested. We know that Nintendo is kicking off their Switch 2 Experience events on April the 4th, 2025, giving lucky fans the chance to go hands-on with the new platform and whatever games are revealed. Those events are lottery-only affairs, but it seems that there might be the other opportunity to go hands-on with the system, and all you need is a paid ticket. So, I don't know how to pronounce this, but the Haute-Dessin Digital Games Festival is taking place April the 4th and April the 5th, 2025 in Paris, France. And there's some indication that Nintendo will be bringing the Switch 2 with them to the big event. This tip-off comes from job listings from Nintendo that are looking to hire people for the Switch 2 Experience events, but the listing specifically mentions that staffers are needed for the Haute-Dessin Digital Games Festival as well. So it's not definitive by any means, but you'd think if Nintendo was already showcasing Switch 2 at that time, why not bring it with them to another gaming-related event as well? We'll try to dig deeper on this matter and get a definitive answer, but for now, keep your fingers crossed. So it's looking likely that it's going to be available in France, and all you'd have to get is a paid ticket for this. Again, not great that you'd have to pay for it, but that could just be another option. Again, it's not been confirmed to be at this place yet, but it's very likely because that's when they're going to be kind of revealing the Nintendo Switch 2 and stuff and having that hands-on experience. But either way, that's that. And then finishing things off today's video, we have a new Pokemon Day Presents rumor to take a look at. This was posted on 4chan on the 26th of January, so a few days ago now, and it's titled Pokemon Day 2025 by Anonymous. Again, take this with a grain of salt, not confirmed at all, probably fake. But Pokemon Day 2025 is right around the corner. You're going to see a lot more rumors and speculation stuff about this. A lot of it might get leaked on 4chan, like the day of the presents. But every day before that, just take it with a massive grain of salt. Because that's usually what happens. Like, there's somebody that has information that just jumps on 4chan. And they just, like, drop all the info, like, the day of, which is really weird. But either way, so as usual, small tidbits for Pokemon Go, Cafe Mix, Unite, and Masters EX. And then we have Pokemon Pocket, so A2A announcement. So that's the like Mythical Island sort of version for the next set. And it says Giratina themed Distorted Mayhem. I don't think there's a Giratina EX in the new TCG expansion. So that would make sense. That again, the next pack I feel like has to be themed around Giratina regardless. Because we've got Dialga and Palkia. Giratina's like the third legendary of the region. It's either going to be Giratina or something like Arceus, but and that's where we'll get like Empoleon EX and stuff and Torterra EX, because I don't think they're in the game either. I think we only have Infernape EX. So there's quite a few big EX kind of Sinnoh Pokemon that will probably be in this pack, and I definitely think it's going to be based around Giratina. And Distorted Mayhem could be the name. It sounds pretty cool. And then we have Pokemon Horizons, reveal of the time skip designs for Lyco and Roy, drawn by Sugimori. So this is kind of taken from the Terra Leak. If you haven't seen the Terra Leak, yeah, there's going to be like a time skip or something for the anime. I haven't really read too much into it, but yeah, apparently that's something about that's going to happen, and apparently it's going to get revealed during this Pokemon Day Presents. Who knows? And then it says Pokemon Legends ZA. So the starters are going to be Chespin, Fennekin, and Froakie. I'm still caught in two minds about what the starter Pokemon are going to be. We saw the Anaheim image, which had the starters, and then obviously we had like Riddler-Ku saying these are the stars or whatever. And then on the other hand, we've got the Terra Leaker saying, why would they change the formula of Legends games? Like, why would they use the Gen 6 starters? I'm much more obliged to believe the Terra Leaker because they've played the game, they have information on the game, and they've leaked so much stuff already. Riddler-Ku has been wrong about every single thing. So I'm more inclined to believe the Terra Leaker, which means that the starters are not going to be the Gen 6 stars. Again, we'll have to wait and see. Probably going to find out on Pokemon Day, but either way, it's just one of those things that like we've had this game announced for a year by the time we get to Pokemon Day, and the fact that we don't know the starters is kind of crazy. But yeah, again, I still think it's going to be Snivy, maybe Torchic or Scorbunny, and then Piplup. If it's not the Gen 6 stars, they're the three that I think it's going to be. But either way, it says it's going to be set in the past, classic architecture, and the Quasar Corp is working on an expansion of Lumiose City by building more modern, futuristic-looking buildings at the outskirts of the city, and is working on making the city more suited for Pokemon at the inside of the city, with the plazas being completely redone according to the different habitats for the Mons. So, yeah, I mean, this whole redevelopment sort of situation, we still don't really know a lot about it. We don't know when the game is set. Again, as soon as this trailer drops, we're probably going to be able to tell, because they're just going to show the buildings, you'd like to think, unless it's all blueprints again. If they drop another trailer and it's all just blueprints, I don't know what I'm going to do. But you'd like to think that they're going to drop actual gameplay footage, and the buildings are going to be a pretty big tell on where this game is set straight off the bat. Again, I honestly don't even know. I'd like there to be time traveling aspects in this game where you can go to the past and the future. If I was going to put money on it, I'd probably say it's going to be in the past, just because the last one was set there, especially if the starters are not going to be the Gen 6 starters. If they're going to be 3 random starters, it's even more of a reason for it to be set in the past. And if that's the kind of direction they're going, it makes sense, because that's how they did Legends Arceus. How far in the past it's set is still yet to be seen, but yeah, I don't think it's gonna be like hundreds of years like Legends Arceus. And then it says Professor Fur, descendant of AZ's brother Zie, an ancestor of Lysandra. So Professor Fur, yeah, I mean, potentially. It says it's just set in the past. We don't have an actual timeline of when it's set. It just says in the past, so we don't know how far in the past it is. The main characters look like Clem and Serena, but gender swapped. So you'd be having like a male version of Serena and a female version of Callum. Classic 1800s outfit. So obviously it would be set quite a bit in the past if it is like an 1800s outfit, with a bag with the Quasar logo on it. Again, I don't think it's going to be set this far in the past, because in the trailer that we got for Pokemon Legends EA, you can clearly see, even in the blueprints, people are using like modern day handbags and stuff like that. And there might even be a phone at one point, I can't remember. But either way, like, for them to know about things like that, I feel like the 1800s is just kind of too far in the past. It looks it looks very modernish from the trailer, and so for them to know about certain modernish things, it'd have to be set not super far before it, because obviously the things have been invented and everything. So that's why I think even if it's set in the past, it's only going to be set like 20, 30, 40 years in the past, in my opinion. But we'll obviously wait and see. The trailer ends with Zygarde, Cell, and Core looking at Lumiose from afar before the logo appears. This really doesn't show anything, though. Like, for a trailer after a year of nothing to get the starters, and then a little bit of gameplay about it being set in the past in Lumiose, we get the Professor, and then we get the main characters, and then that's kind of it, is not a lot. You know, I'm expecting this Pokemon Day trailer to be massive, like new Mega Evolutions, maybe a new Pokemon, obviously the starters, loads of new characters. Like, we've not had information about it for a year. They need to start selling this game. You know, people are still very excited about this game, but a lot of people probably they're just like, I don't know, in limbo about it. And this says post logo, Mega Evolutions return in a pre-rendered cinematic, Mega Lucario shown. So that's not even the new Mega Evolution. Like, we know Mega Evolution's returning, like 99.9% sure, because they dropped the symbol at the end of the reveal trailer for this game. So yeah, this would be an absolutely terrible trailer in my opinion, and this is not a trailer that would sell the game at all. They need to show new things to sell this game, because again, we don't know when it's coming out. We're expecting summerish time, maybe drops with a Switch 2, but it also could come as late as November. So, I don't know. If it's coming out earlier, then they need to obviously drop some extra stuff. But let me know your thoughts on this rumor. Do you like it or not? I'm not a fan of it at all. I don't think it's right. I mean, I think the A2A announcement could potentially be something like this, but I don't think this is right. Let me know your thoughts about it, though, and then everything else that we've covered. If you are in France around this time, make sure to go check out this experience. And then also, what are your thoughts on Melmetal potentially being in the game? The whole block thing, so massive shout out to Pokémon for that. And then also the Pokemon Space Time Smackdown and stuff. Hopefully you've pulled some good cards already. But either way, if you enjoy, drop a like. Let's try and hit 500. Leave a comment. Subscribe if you're brand new. Ring the notification bell. It's everything from me. Have a fantastic rest of your day. And until next time, peace.